So, hello dear comrades. Yes, hi. As you understood, I'm Russian. And I want you to stay calm, relax, so there won't be any border between us, because I fucking hate it as a Russian. And so, I moved from Russia to London not so long ago, and I was so inspired by British and European women. You are so centered on yourself, you are constantly improving your skills, yeah? And so I also started attending self-development courses. Yes, cheers. Thank you. And because, you know, it's very important for a woman to stay focused on yourself, to have your own hobby. So I started deep throat courses. Yes, thank you. And you know, I know it sounds like more care for my man, but I fucking hate working. It's so exhausting. I don't like it. And you know, I had a job in Russia. I was an explosive technician. Yeah, and just trust me, it's way better to blow someone than accidentally blow up yourself. You know, surprisingly, there are many common things between being an explosive technician and doing deep throat. For example, you're operating with very sensitive objects. Yes, no doubt. Secondly, is that it requires special skills, of course, the courses. Yeah, and the last one is that that's really useful for gold diggers. They can't sleep without it. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing is you should never forget about stones. Sorry, that was harsh. And there is like one big difference. If you see a man who is glowing, in one case you did everything right, and in another you were totally wrong and dead. I also was thinking a lot how our world would be so much easier and better if like terrorists used this way of solving problems instead of explosives. Yes, so can you imagine a whole plane was satisfied by a group of ISIS? Sounds nice, yes. And their threat is like, if you don't pay us, we will stop. Actually, that sounds like a new role play for me and my husband, but anyway, these courses are absolutely anonymous. Yes, that's a relief for me. And I also was thinking, what worse can happen if someone knows that you're doing these courses, like your boyfriend will leave his wife? Yeah, only that. These courses are really useful, I'm telling you, because the main goal is to get rid of the gag reflex. Yes, and I'm so grateful for my teacher, because now I can finally try traditional British food. Thank you. Our teacher truly earns lots of money because, as you say, there is a sucker born every minute. Our teacher, she earns way much more than any explosive technician. Yes, and so this is the reason why I decided to find a new job after graduation, because of the salaries. But you know, studying explosives was really fun, but sometimes hard, because on the one hand, you're a teenager who has lots of power, and on the other hand, you might not have that other hand. And cooking explosives, I'm going to tell you, is a really difficult procedure that contains many safety measures and rules, and one of the most important, don't be fucking retarded. It's simple, but it's true. And I worked several times on a plant that produces explosives in massive amounts. Yes, and what's interesting is that it's located far, far from the city, and what's more important, far from any mosque. And do you know what our professor usually says to students whose experiments gone wrong? Pull yourself together. One professor actually, he was constantly texting me with some creepy messages and some personal questions like, how are you? How is your life? Did you take the TT from the lab? Because the police is there. He was such a perv, totally hitting on me. Yeah. And once he even sent me a Valentine postcard and it said, we're like two atoms in a molecule. Well, only if the phosphorus. Sorry, chemistry joke. Yes, anyway, in general, I'm really grateful for my experience because now I can blow people in many ways. Thank you.